Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. I'm Sparky Fifer from Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan in Milwaukee. Co-host of the Wendy's Big Show weekdays 2 to 6. He is Greg Giesen of the Racine Journal-Times, and anytime you see Greg Giesen, that means it's baseball time. So the Milwaukee Brewers baseball season is about to begin on Monday, April 4th, and it will be done on Monday, April 4th as well. So what do we do in 2017, Greg?
We got a whole year. It's about being competitive.
No, it's not about being competitive. No, it's not.
Look, the Brewer fan will show up only in so much as it's not a blowout. As long as they're putting forth maximum effort, as long as they're playing like not losing 15-4, at least it's baseball and a decent game.
Tell me something.
Yes.
They have Lucroy, who they're going to trade.
Yep.
So by middle of the year, he'll be gone.
Yep.
You would assume.
Yes.
Braun is going to be there for the time being. I think he'll be moved at some point, but not this year.
Nope.
So Braun's going to be there. Domingo Santana,
yes.
He'll be there.
Yes.
Now, how else are they going to score?
Well, Carter could hit some home runs. He could.
Right, and he'll also strike out like 200 times. He had a $199 last year.
It's Jose Hernandez.
I was reading an article on Carter.
Russell Branian.
I was reading an article on Carter the other day, and they pretty much said anybody that throws over like 95 miles an hour, he can't catch up to.
Nope.
And that's not a good sign because that's Major League Baseball. That tends to happen.
Yes, a lot.
And then, okay, let's say you give Chris Carter the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Then what?
We don't.
I mean, Scooter Gennett?
No.
Platoon player, right?
You see,
that's what he is. Shortstop.
Right.
Jonathan Villard never should have been handed that job. That job should be Yadiel Rivera's based on how well he played in spring. And you gave the job to Villard. He had no basis getting the job.
But
Aaron Hill's at third base, and Craig Counsell said he's playing third base on a hunch, on a gut feeling, based on his history. What does his history say? I mean, stop. So that's crazy. Then you have center field. We don't know still, as of this taping, who's in center field.
Right.
Right? New and Ice is a guy. That's all he is.
Yeah.
Even if you want to trade him, you're not going to get anything for that guy. Keon Broxton could be a part of the future 3 or 4 years. I like him. You got him in a trade earlier in the offseason. Don't know if he's going to be the guy.
Okay. One time, way back when, I sat in for Mr. Wolfel over there. And we were talking about what the Bucks needed to acquire when they were going through their tanking period not so long ago, which they're in again. And so we were talking about players, and I looked at you and said, it just doesn't matter. You want a name to fill in. You want someone, you need a face of the franchise. Sadly, it's Ryan Braun or Lucroy until he leaves. Okay, that's fine. So people
if they trade Braun and Lucroy, it's going to be Chris Capuano. Let that sink in for a second.
But
it's going. I'm serious. But Cappy's going to be the face. They trade Braun and Lucroy, it's going to be Capuano.
Wouldn't be one of the other starters, would it?
People know Capuano.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. But the thing I'm saying is that you need to just fill in positions until your minor league system comes up, hence your 2017
But Greg,
point.
Okay, I understand that. But that doesn't mean I have to have a bunch of old dudes doing it. I can have Colin Walsh as my third baseman.
No.
I don't need Aaron Hill as my third baseman.
Right.
Now, the selling point on this is, well, if Aaron Hill has a huge first half, you can trade him and get something at the deadline.
That's true.
That's the thought process, right? If that happens. If Chase Anderson figures it out, you could trade him at some point as your fifth starter.
If Will Middlebrooks figures it out.
He's already got cut. He's gone.
Oh.
But, I mean, that's the type of things that we're talking about here is you're gambling on old guys to have good halves so you can trade them.
Well, they're also not that expensive to the team.
Well, Aaron Hill's like, what, $9 million? Something
right,
like that?
but even at that, you have a guy that can play around the infield.
Sure.
You have someone that has multiple talents all over it. Scooter Gennett does not play well. You can put Aaron Hill at second base. You can put him at third. You can put him at short. You can put him all over.
I'm not putting Aaron Hill at short.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying you could.
Right.
If the need arises, you could do that. There's a versatility. You got to pay a little bit for that. But you're looking at a team that's in rebuild mode, as we all know. The players are going to be coming up through the minor league system. The minor league system is infinitely better than it was a year ago.
My point is they're going to stink.
Yes.
That's all my point is. They're going to be bad. And people that think they're going to win 75, 80 games, I think, are out of their mind.
Yes.
They're crazy.
I think that if everything fell right, you could see a team win 70, maybe between 70 and 75.
But everything has to fall
Right. I mean, their winning percentage.
Peralta has to have a good year. Jimmy Nelson has to have a good year. Youngman has to have a good year. Garza's got to remember how to pitch. That all has to happen because you literally are going to have to win with your pitching because you're not going to score enough runs.
No. And I mean, their winning percentage could be right up there with the Bucks. Who knows?
But see, that's the other thing, too, is, you keep bringing up the Bucks, but the difference is with the Bucks, you get immediate return on a pick. With the Brewers, you get return in 4 to 5 years.
Right, but I look at Arcia's coming up.
So what?
It's a piece. It's your first piece.
Sure it is. But
and
again,
then you're going to start seeing
Brett
pieces
Phillips
coming up in the next 2 years.
But, Greg, this is where I'm at with this. I think it's Arcia, Brett Phillips, and Lopez, the pitcher. So it's those three. Then you're talking about a 3-year window before you get anybody else that is probably a part of a championship caliber team before they get here. Because all your high-end talent is at high A, low A, and rookie ball. That's where all your high-end talent is right now. That's what he's been acquiring. So that Double-A team last year that won in Biloxi, a good team, really good team, but not filled with superstar potential. Filled with guys that are really good for Double-A.
What you're going to see is the same thing you saw when they started drafting Weeks and Fielder. And
you got to get up to the top 5 picks to get those players.
But what I'm saying is that you've acquired players that are near that caliber.
No, you don't.
You have Arcia.
You don't have
just
a Fielder.
labeled 3 of them.
No, but they're not Fielder Braun. They're not.
No.
Arcia is a better version of Escobar, of Alcides Escobar. That's what he is. He's going to be a Gold Glove caliber shortstop. He's going to make highlight plays on defense, and he's going to hit 10 to 12 home runs a year. That's who that dude is. So if you like Ozzie Smith, then you'll want to go watch Arcia. He's not going to do backflips, but he's going to be a great defensive shortstop. Phillips has the potential to be a 5-tool player. But again, Phillips is going to be the guy who I think is going to be the face of the franchise eventually because he's just so great doing interviews and everything else. But again, you don't have your middle-of-the-order guys. Those guys aren't in the organization that we know of right now.
But I will say this. One, they can come in time. You
can draft them.
You can draft them. You don't know what you're going to get for LaCroix. You don't know.
Right.
If you start moving pieces, you don't know exactly what you're going to get.
Sure.
And I understand that people don't like giving up their prospects, but you don't know what you can get for LaCroix if he's healthy and he starts playing like he did.
Would you do LaCroix for Joey Gallo?
No.
See, Joey Gallo is a hot trot prospect, first baseman, third baseman, huge power, all of that fun stuff, and came up to Texas last year and stunk. And now he had a great spring, but they sent him back down to AAA, and now he's blocked at the major league level. And I just wonder if Texas at some point would consider trading a Joey Gallo, and that's at a position the Brewers need help at.
It is a position they need help at, but I also don't see him. If you're going to give up LaCroix, I'm going to want someone, if possible, and that doesn't mean you can get it, but I want someone who can hit for average and have the power. I don't see Gallo has ever had.
Oh, he's not going to have average.
No.
He's going to be a 250 hitter that hits 30 to 40 bombs.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what he is.
That's not necessarily what I want.
Right.
Especially if I'm trying to build this thing. Mm-hmm. I want someone who can come in and be a cornerstone right there.
Well, the other thing, too, is I think Stearns is looking at guys that are at, like, A-ball. I think that's where he wants to build his core of guys coming together. It doesn't seem to me, in all these trades he's made, that he's really hot to trot and getting AAA players. No. He wants guys that are going to be here in 3 or 4 years. That's when his cavalry is coming.
You're building a system. And you were right that they don't have a Braun or a Fielder or a Weeks.
Not right now.
No. But what I like about it, and what my point was with it is, in 2 to 3 years, you're going to start seeing a progression. And you're going to start seeing a system that is built.
I agree.
And, yes, you're going to bottom out this year. And I don't know if you're going to be worse than the rest.
I disagree. You're going to bottom out next year.
You're going to bottom out both years. Both of them are bad.
Next year will be worse than this year because LaCroix will be gone by next year, for sure.
Yes.
If Braun has a good year, they may be able to move Braun in the offseason. Peralta, I think they've wanted to move Peralta all along. So if Peralta pitches well, he could be gone. You're going to have even less next year than you have this year.
And yes, it'll be worse. And Brewer fans need to understand that. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Right.
But you're watching players progress. You don't have a farm system. You went for broke for the last 8 years.
Well, you do now. Now you're rated as a top 10 farm system.
And as you said, they are low A ball and rookie ball.
Yep.
They're coming up. You burn through your farm system to get Greinke. You burn through your farm system to get Sabathia. You burn through all
Markham to give up Lowry.
Greinke or We said Greinke.
Greinke, Markham, and Sabathia.
And you gave up draft picks to get Loesch.
Yeah.
And you gave up draft picks to get Garza,
do.
which is fine, but you don't have a minor league system anymore.
Right.
You do now because it's being built. You're going to see it coming up, and at least you can look forward to it like the Cubs did and understand we're going to get bludgeoned for about 2-3 years, and then you're going to start seeing a rebirth.
I'm a semen sensitive, but that's okay. Jackson Rensick was a great farm director or scouting director of running the drafts, right?
Yes.
He did a great job.
Fantastic job.
He lets go to Seattle. Bruce Side, who is now passed away, I don't think was that good, to be honest with you. I was never a fan. I never thought he was that good. Great guy, nice guy. Never thought he was that good. I love Ray Montgomery. When they hired Ray Montgomery from Arizona and brought him back, because he was in the Brewer family, when they brought him back, I said, hallelujah, now we'll do something. Last year's draft, we'll see how it plays out 5 years from now. Mm-hmm. But on the surface, loved it. Everybody loved it across baseball, thought he did a great job. You let him get 2 or 3 more drafts in this farm system, you're going to have something. And that's what it all comes down to, is who's that guy making the picks.
Right. And to be fair, Jack Zarinsek was incredible. Whoever came after him was going to have a hard time living up to him. Plus, the talent that was there was going to make it doubly hard because you were dropping down, whereas Jack was picking rather high up.
Sure.
But, yeah, I'm not sure how bad he was because they were cutting through the farm system to get players throughout.
Sure. I mean, some of the guys that he had, Scooter Gennett, that's one of his guys. Chris Davis, that was one of his guys. So, I mean, he's had some guys get to the major league level for sure. So we'll see. Do you remember who hired Jack Zarinsek?
It wasn't Sal, was it?
Dean Taylor.
Yes.
That was Dean Taylor's guy.
And Dean Taylor knew how to build a farm system.
Well, he helped Kansas City build their farm system.
Yeah, they helped the Braves build their farm system.
He was in Atlanta, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Kansas City. I mean, those are the stops he's made, and he helped Kansas City get to where they are right now. He is Greg Giesen of the Racine Journal-Times. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer. We'll talk to you next time on Sports Junkies here at RacineSportsZone.com.